Hey, John, can I help you?
Hey John, this is Chris calling from Bespin Global. I probably caught you in the middle of something, but we help companies like you save money on AWS. And I was just wondering, do you have like 30 seconds for me to tell you more about why I'm reaching out to you?
No, I don't really. It's a busy day today, so it's not a good day.
Okay, I understand. What's up, y'all? It's Chris. I'm an account executive that spent 10 years in tech sales, starting at Oracle, Google Cloud, and most recently as the second founding US seller at a global startup. And in this role, I have to hunt, I have to do my own prospecting, set my own meetings, generate my own pipeline, and ultimately close deals. And today I'm going to do some prospecting. I really believe that doing a little bit at a time, a little bit every day can add up. So I'm going to reach out to a few select target accounts that I know have high potential that my company is well positioned to support. And I'm going to reach out to the right personas, C-levels in technology and operations, maybe some VPs of data and engineering. And I'm going to hit them from different angles. I'm going to make cold calls. I'm going to send LinkedIn messages and emails and see what we can pull off. I've got my puppy Bella here in the background for emotional support. Hopefully she won't judge me if I have an awkward cold call. And what's funny is I got a cold call yesterday from a financial advisor, and I didn't have a need. I have a current financial advisor, but I heard him out and I let him down easy. And you know what? He got rejected and he dealt with it really well. And maybe that'll happen to me today, but I'm just grateful to be in the arena and have the ability to play the prospecting lottery in a great tech sales role, to shoot shots to high potential accounts that could turn into meetings and opportunities and deals that could change my quarter, year, and career. There's only upside, no risk or downside. The worst case is I get rejected by a prospect who doesn't even know me personally, and they're not even rejecting me, they're rejecting my offer. And a no today doesn't mean it's going to stay a no forever. I could set a meeting with the people that reject me a month down the road, or even sooner. And I've done a couple live prospecting videos at this point to encourage y'all to prospect alongside me and put in the reps. And when I make cold calls, I found I haven't been getting pickups, and a lot of times I've had bad data. I'm using Zoom Info to get my data, and sometimes the number isn't accurate. So that is a challenge. But for the numbers that are accurate, where I make calls, and even if the prospect doesn't pick up, it is impactful to leave a voicemail. I think voicemails are really important these days, where it's converted into a written transcript that prospects see. So you want the voicemail to be crisp and impactful, and ultimately use voicemail as a tool to point to your email messages and your LinkedIn messages. And I'm confident that every message I send, every voicemail I leave, even if I don't get a response today, is creating awareness with the prospect that Chris is here to help. He solves relevant business challenges, and they will reach out to me when the time is right. And for a bit of context, it's 9:03 a.m. Central, so I'm going to start out reaching to some accounts in Texas, large technology companies that are a good fit for my company to help. And then I'm going to reach out to some accounts in California where it's actually like 7 a.m. their time. It's 2 hours behind, and I will be hopefully catching them early, and maybe that'll be a little bit of a pattern interrupt. All right, let's make our first call to a technology leader at a $3.9 billion tech company. Let's see if he picks up.
Matthew.
Is not available.
Hey, Matt, this is Chris calling from Bespin. We've email corresponded a few times, and I really appreciate the correspondence. I'm reaching out in a new year, 2025, just to position Bespin, our company, as an option for you for all things FinOps. I know you're doing a great job already, but if anything, maybe we could do a complimentary analysis to give you some more data to validate, what you're currently doing really well, and maybe spark a few new ideas on where we could save you some additional cash on your AWS bill. But would love to connect, not just on FinOps, but more broadly around your technology initiatives on the cloud. If anything, we want to be a resource for you and an insurance policy for the future. So If you want to give me a call back, I'll also follow up with an email in case it's easier to respond that way. Hope you have a great day today, and talk soon. So one subtle thing I threw in is if you want to call me back. And I really believe that in a way that puts them in control and isn't saying like, just call me back. But you know what? If you want to, you have a choice in this. You can call me back. Allowing the prospect to opt in. I think throwing in subtle language like that can create an emotional experience for the prospect where they really feel at ease and there's more trust. And especially when you cultivate that over time, they might eventually think, why not? Let me give this guy a shot. So I'm going to send an email to Matt, just a quick follow-up, because I want to hit him from different angles, and I told him I'd send him an email in case it was easier to respond that way. So I'm about to send this email to multi-thread to Matt, and I say, Matt, just left you a voicemail. I've been meeting with other local tech leaders in Austin, and we'd love to run FinOps analysis to, if anything, validate all the great things you're doing from a FinOps perspective today, and hopefully spark some new cost savings ideas as well. So it's helpful to offer analysis and data and assessments that provide more information to tech leaders to at least have peace of mind they're doing things well, but hopefully spark some new ideas which they love. And so I ask for a brief connect in Austin or virtual if it's easier to align for the year. And then at the end, I say, if at the end of that meeting you feel it was a waste of your time and you want me to take a hike, you can tell me and I will. I love to put the prospect in control and give them that opportunity to, say, what, this isn't a fit. And I want them to know that up front. And that really diffuses sales pressure and creates more openness to actually just getting that first meeting, which is what I want. Because when I get that first meeting, I have the opportunity to really connect, bring that personal touch, show professionalism, show I'm a halfway decent guy that they might even want to hang out with outside of work. And once establishing that connection, really having empathy for their priorities and bringing some actual value, a value hypothesis to that meeting. So I'm confident that once I get in the door for the meeting, that I will shine, and especially in person. But the key is really building the trust to get the prospect to be open to taking that meeting in the first place. All right, email sent. Now we're going to go to Talia, who is at the same organization. Let's give her a call. Talia is a project manager, and my company helps with migrations and executing technology projects. So I thought she might be a good person to talk to. She's not going to be the decision maker, but she could be a key internal champion and influencer, and someone who I could gain information from to create really compelling messaging that I could bubble up to the top to get a meeting with a key executive who can actually make decisions.
The wireless customer you are calling is not available.
Womp,
Right.
wrong number. What can you do? I need to improve my data quality and over time, try and get that right number. But as a backup, I'm going to send Talia an email that I know she's going to receive because I do have the right email. And if anything, that's my way with Talia to be the squeaky wheel. And, cold emailing is kind of like marketing these days. You're sending a little advertisement that's compelling, that is relevant, tailored to the challenges the prospect might face, and personal. And hopefully over time, that marketing campaign, that cold email marketing campaign will pay off, and eventually I might get a response. So let's send Talia a quick email. I keep getting these notifications on my phone, and I got to be careful because I got to stay focused on the task at hand, which is prospecting. Prospecting is so important, and it's really just about inputs at the end of the day, making the touch points and surrendering outcomes and detaching from the outcomes. I may not get pickups today. I may get rejected. I might not get responses, but execute and do the task and stick to the time block. So I'm not going to let these texts distract me and get me out of my zone. All right, I'm sending this follow-up to Talia, so it's not a first email, but I'm building on past messaging, saying I'm not sure if cloud migration and modernization or data analytics and AI initiatives are a priority this year at company name, but if they are, as a top 10 global managed service provider with premier status with all three clouds, AWS, GCP, and Azure, we'd like to be a partner option you can lean on to execute projects faster, cheaper, and with less risk. Would you be open to a brief introduction to discuss your cloud technology priorities for 2025, stories of where we've helped similar innovative enterprise companies, and at minimum, establish an open line of communication for the future? So I'm alluding to what the conversation is going to be about, and I'm going to bring value to the table. I'm going to tell relevant customer stories. I probably could get a little more specific than innovative technology or enterprise companies, but progress, not perfection. This is just one touch point of a long-term prospecting plan, I think in 6 to 9 month terms. And I de-risk the meeting being a waste of time, or at least allude to that by saying at minimum, we'll establish an open line of communication for the future. I want these prospects to know that, if anything, we're going to be their insurance policy as a partner option that they can lean on, even if there isn't a fit to work together today. So let me send this email. Boom. And let's go on to the next one. So I'm going to call the CTO and co-founder of a $35.2 million company. All right, let's give Nicholas a call.
Hey, this is Nick. Leave me a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Nick, this is Chris, and I work at AWS's Global Managed Service Provider of the Year. And I'm reaching out specifically because I noticed you're hiring for AWS skill sets related to data and DevOps, and you're hiring different engineers, and that is right in our wheelhouse. And we partner with leading companies like yourself to plug in our people at a fractional cost to get work done and execute faster in their market. And I imagine you probably want to have a certain amount of people in-house, but perhaps we could find areas to complement your in-house team and bring additional value. And even beyond that, plugging in relevant expertise. We have a really good FinOps practice at minimum that can help you save a lot of money as well. So there's a lot that we can do. There's a lot of breadth to where we help companies like yourself. So I'd love to just set up a conversation to better understand your priorities, because I've done some research, but it's not the same as talking to you directly. And then see if there's a fit to work together today. And if not, if anything, I'll be an insurance policy in your back pocket for the future as a partner resource that you could count on. So if you want, give me a call back at my number. Otherwise, I'm going to send you an email in case it's easier to respond that way. Cheers, and hope you have a great day. So I'm leaving these messages keeping in mind that a written transcript is going to be left on the prospect's phone, and they're probably going to see that. And so hopefully I can put in enough, concrete information to pique a little bit of curiosity. If anything, as you heard, I'm alluding to the fact that I'm going to multi-thread and hit them with an email as well, in case it's easier to respond that way. So let me do that right now. All right, email sent. So now we're going to reach out to Margaret, the CIO. Let's see if she picks up.
Hi, you've reached Margaret. Please leave your name, number, and reason for your call, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
All right, this time with Margaret, I'm actually not going to leave a voicemail because I called her pretty recently. And so what I'm going to do is just follow up to a past email thread. And then next time I make a call, I'll leave a voicemail. I'm always keeping notes of my latest touch points with these prospects. And sometimes again, I might not leave a voicemail. I don't want to overly bombard them, and I want to be mindful. So Margaret. All right. Email sent. Now, oh shoot, I realized I have a meeting coming up. So let's see. Let me tell my my teammate I'm going to be a little bit late. I'm actually going to tell him I'm running 10 minutes late. This is an internal meeting, and prospecting is way more important than internal meetings. So let me tell my teammate that, hey, I got to finish up a little prospecting. All right. I just bought myself a little bit more time to play the prospecting lottery. Let's do it. Let's see who we're going to hit next. All right. You know what? Jason, the VP of Eng, that's my guy. That's who I want to talk to at the same company. As you can tell, I'm hitting different contacts at the C level and VP level at this company, and I want to eventually even hit directors and even end users if necessary. The end users can help me gather inside information to bubble up the top with really relevant, impactful messaging. But you got to hit at least 3 to 5 to even more contacts, especially for mid-market enterprise and enterprise companies. So let's reach out to Jason. Come on. Come on, Jason. Please pick up.
You have reached Joseph at please leave a message at
Okay, I'm going to try the double dial. I used to do this in my Oracle days as an SDR, where I call back immediately, and maybe it'll lead him to think, who is this, and pick up. He might be pissed, but let's see what happens. And I guess his name is Joseph. Whew, gotta be careful.
reach Joseph at
Oh, I had trouble turning on speakerphone, but here comes a voicemail.
leave a message after the tone.
Hey, Joseph, this is Chris calling from Bestfin, cloud services company that works with AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure. And I understand, you're leveraging cloud today. I even saw you were hiring specifically for individuals with data expertise, DevOps expertise, and we'd love to be a partner option to fill in those technical expertise gaps and support you at a fractional cost of full-time people. I imagine that you might have people in place that you want in-house, and that is really important. But maybe there are areas or aspects of work that we can handle at that fractional cost while really helping you move faster as a team and improving the quality of life for your core engineers. So, and hey, there's a lot of other things we do, like cost optimization, which is really lightweight. We can typically save companies thousands, tens of thousands of dollars a month through our FinOps practice. So I'd ultimately just love to have an introductory conversation to align with your vision and priorities and share a few customer stories that are relevant to spark ideas on where we can be a resource. We're playing a long game, trying to build long-term relationships. So would love to connect. And if you want, give me a call back. Otherwise, I'm going to send you an email. And if it's easier to respond that way, then feel welcome to respond that way too. Cheers and have a great day. I don't know what got into me, but I feel like my voice is a little deeper right now, and it doesn't hurt to have a deeper grounded voice coming from, your chest rather than your head voice, which is kind of an annoying tone that sparks red flags in the minds of the prospect. So Chris Voss wrote a book, Never Split the Difference. And Chris Voss is a top hostage negotiator that would influence the craziest people that are keeping people hostage. And one of the things he talks about is that FMDJ voice, talking with a chest voice. So you know what? Let's try this out and see if we can keep building on that deep FMDJ voice in the next cold call. Man, this is fun. Prospecting is fun. Okay. Now let's round it out with a few more cold calls. There's this company. They're 99 million in revenue, but I know they spend $1 million on AWS through some inside sources. Actually, an AWS rep that I work with, and she's having trouble breaking in. And we're trying to tag team on this account. I'm trying to help her break in as well. So I'm gonna reach out to this company, and they fit my ICP. They spend a good amount of money, and I'm gonna start with the CIO, Tom. Come on, Tom. Come on, Tom, please. I just want to talk to you. Just want to see if, we could be a good option for you. Tom? Hey, Tom?
Speak.
Hey, Tom, this is Chris calling from Bespin Global. We're an AWS Premier Partner, actually the Managed Service Partner of the Year. And I'm reaching out to you specifically because I understand you're probably responsible for cost saving on AWS. And we have a world-class FinOps practice, software with AI embedded in it to help analyze your billing and usage patterns and make recommendations on where you can expand savings plan coverage, terminate resources, modernize resources to save probably anywhere between 8 to 30% on your monthly bill, which could translate to, for some customers, $8,000 a month, some $10,000, $20,000 a month. And just want to position myself as a resource to help you get some quick cost savings wins and then expand from there. So if you want, give me a call back at. Otherwise, I'm going to send you an email in case it's easier to respond that way. Hope you have a great day and looking forward to connecting. So with this prospect, I took a cost savings angle specifically. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold off on sending the email to Tom because I want to rattle off a few more cold calls and see if I can get some pickups. And then afterwards, because I have a meeting that I already pushed 10 minutes with one of my peers, I'm going to follow up to these contacts with really personalized, relevant emails. Because these contacts that I'm reaching out to now, I've never reached out to before. It's a new target that I identified that has high potential, spending $1 million on AWS, which really is my sweet spot. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some more calls just to wrap up. And I'm going to call Alan, the CTO. Now, Tom, he was probably, focused on keeping the lights on from an IT perspective as the CIO and saving money. Alan will probably care about saving money too, but he might be a little more focused on innovation and the future of the product roadmap. So let's give Alan a call and see what happens. All right. Come on, Alan.
Hello?
Hey, Alan, this is Chris calling from Bespin Global. I probably caught you in the middle of something, but I help companies like yours save money on AWS. Do you have like 30 seconds for me to tell you why I'm calling?
Sir, I think you call me maybe about at least 5 times. I told you that uh, I I don't have a company. I don't own a company. And I'm not working in the high tech field. So I'm not the person.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alan. Are you, so you're not a,
No,
oh, okay. I'm so sorry. So you're not even in the, I'll take you off my list, but that's my fault. So you're not a chief technology officer.
no,
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Alan. That's too funny. All right. But I appreciate you, man, and hope you have a great day.
no problem.
All right. Cheers.
Bye.
Gosh. What if that really was him and he was just screwing with me? But oh gosh, first pickup is the wrong number. Come on. But at least we got some live action. By the way, look at this phone screensaver. My girl, Bella. That's my inspiration. She's right there. Trying to get that toy money, you know? So, all right. We're going to have to take that. Oh, shoot. I have another number for this guy. Let's try it. Oh man, and his number's Norwalk, Connecticut, where my family's originally from, and that was the wrong person, but let's try this other number. And maybe, you know what? Now, guys, I'm going to turn that into a funny story with the actual Alan, who is the CTO at this company, saying I called the wrong Alan, and I thought it was you, and it wasn't, and maybe that'll actually get the meeting. It's something that I call throwing in your special sauce, where you throw a human element and tell an anecdote to really connect with the prospect and diffuse their sales defenses. I did this to get a meeting with Sir Latable, specifically the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, back in my Google Cloud days, where I told an anecdote about a time my mom bought me a macaroon making class, and I didn't want to go, but finally did, and ended up having the best time, and ended up on the subway in Boston sharing macaroons with strangers, laughing and having a great time. You better believe that got the attention of the CMO, who is responsible for the customer experience and marketing and sales, and spreading awareness of positive experiences and stories with the actual products and services. And it got her attention, and we got the meeting. So this story might be my ticket into getting the meeting with the actual Alan. But let's try this other number. And actually, I thought that cold call opener was decent.
Thank you for calling. We are currently unable to answer your call.
That doesn't even sound like the right number. So let's make a few more calls and call it a prospecting block. Not a day, because you know what, I'm gonna do more prospecting later. Let's try. I mean, why not try the CEO, the big kahuna? And what I might do with the CEO is ask for guidance on who to engage with, and if he can recommend me to the right C-level in technology or VP, I'm in there like swimwear. So let's call James.
Thank you for calling. For sales or to get a rate quote, press 1.
This is a generic number.
Customer service, press 2. For pickups and trucking, press 3. For warehousing, press 4. For the operator, press 0 or stay on the line and someone will assist you.
Let's try the operator. Hey. My name is Chris, and I can help you save on AWS or Google Cloud today. I'm doing a rap. I'm feeling good. Let's go, baby, prospecting in my hood. It's pretty good. Pretty good freestyle. You gotta have fun with prospecting, make it suck a little less. Damn, this is my jam. Come on, operator, help me out. Get it, Bella? You like his music? Shoot, it's taking too long. Honestly, this is taking too long, and what I'm going to do is call in and then try customer support. Customer support's supposed to talk to potential customers, and I'm just going to pretend like I'm in the wrong place. So let's call that that same number. If you couldn't hear me over the bomb music, I'm going to call or
For sales,
click for customer support,
press 1.
because I might get a human.
For customer service, press 2.
Customer service.
For pick
Ah, dang. As great as this music is, I gotta move on. Maybe next time I can hang on for a longer time, but let's make it 2 more calls. How about that? Let's try the VP of Ops. Again, you could tell I'm going across contacts, at least picking 5 contacts, or maybe 3 to 5 to hit in one prospecting block per company. So let's reach out to John. John might care about cost savings.
This is John. Can I help you?
Hey, John, this is Chris calling from Bespin Global. I probably caught you in the middle of something, but we help companies like you save money on AWS. And I was just wondering, do you have like 30 seconds for me to tell you more about why I'm reaching out to you?
No, I don't really. It's a busy day today, so it's not a good day.
Okay, I understand. Go ahead, sorry.
But try again. I appreciate it.
Is there a good day to reach out to you or time?
No, just depends. Just give it a shot.
Okay. And would it hurt if I took 30 seconds just to tell you now so you can say, Chris, take a hike. This doesn't make sense to talk about in the future?
Go ahead. Hurry up.
So my understanding is you guys probably spend around like $1 million a year on AWS. And as AWS's global managed service provider of the year, and our CEO actually went to college or grad school with Matt Garman, the CEO of AWS. We have tight alignment from the top down, and we have a software with AI baked in and experts where we can plug in, and it's literally like no cost to you and no risk. We do an analysis for 2 weeks, produce a report, and then we use our global buying power, buying hundreds of millions with AWS, to buy things like savings plans on your behalf for 3-year commitments, but you don't have any risk. You just get the deeper savings. So I was just hoping to get to the right person to like maybe do an analysis and give you the data. And there's actually like no cost because of our premier status with AWS.
No, we're not interested. So, but thank you anyway for taking the time.
Absolutely. And you keep my information, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
You know what? I got a live pickup. I could have pushed a little bit more, and that was a knee-jerk reaction. I'm not interested. There are other areas where I can support this company from a projects perspective, but John isn't even the ultimate decision maker. It's the CTO. But I could have pushed more, guys. So on the next one, maybe I'll hang in there. I hope you guys enjoyed this prospecting session and got a little look under the hood into how I approach prospecting. And hey, I got a couple pickups. One was pretty funny. One was actually like an actual prospect. And if anything, just keep chipping away, guys, at your prospecting a little bit every day, and realize there's only upside, no downside. Like even with this guy who said, we're not interested, it's not a fit, nothing's lost. And I could probably reach out again in the future and set a meeting with him, or reach out to the right person at the company to set a meeting with them. So I'm not giving up on this prospect. And if anything, guys, irrational, unrelenting persistence and just continuing to shoot shots pays off in the long run. So guys, a little bit of honest reflection on that cold call where I got the pickup with the right person and I let him off the hook. The thing is, coachability and self-awareness is really important. And coachability isn't just getting feedback from a manager on how to improve, but coaching oneself and reflecting on one's performance to understand how you could do better. And here's the thing. I was proud of how I handled the objection that I don't have time, and I suggested that, hey, why don't I tell you now where we can help, and then you can decide if it even makes sense for me to reach out in the future. And I was proud of that pitch that I gave that was concrete, and it talked about helping save money, and it was specific, and it was great. But what happened is the prospect gave me a knee-jerk automatic response rejection of not interested, we're not interested. And the reality is, I should have actually handled that objection and not let him get off the phone that easily. What is really important is to hang in there and deal with at least 3 objections before letting a prospect off the phone. And so looking back, I knew how to deal with that objection, not interested, and this is how I would have handled it. And by the way, it's funny how 10 years in, I still can at times give in to my desire to be comfortable and avoid confrontation. And that, in that specific case, that tendency towards comfort won out, and I let him off the phone when I should have leaned in. And again, here's how I would have handled that objection. Hey, I understand you're not interested, and I know your job isn't to help a sales guy, but are you saying you're not interested because 1, you have a current partner in place handling cost optimization today, 2, cost optimization isn't actually a priority for you and you have more pressing priorities, or 3, you just want to get me off the phone? And if it's the latter, that's okay. I've already been hung up on a few times today. Handling the objection that way would have probably created an opening to learn more about why he said he wasn't interested, to see if there was actually a legitimate reason that he wasn't interested, like they have a partner in place today and they have it handled, or they have more pressing priorities, or if it was just a knee-jerk where there actually might be a fit for us to help them out. Now, if he said there were more pressing priorities, then I'd be able to have a conversation and probe further on what the more pressing priorities are. And because my company helps in so many ways beyond cost optimization, like helping companies adopt data analytics and AI to grow their business and differentiate in their market, or helping companies migrate from certain infrastructure on-premise to the cloud, maybe one of his more pressing priorities, if I asked about it, would have aligned to another area where we would have been able to help. So all I can do now is reflect like I just did, accept that I could have handled that objection and continued to push on in the conversation. And I can commit to handling things differently next time and not giving in to that first objection, or even giving in to a second objection, and at least hanging in there to the third objection. I'll never forget when I had Corporate Bro on my podcast, and he used to be a pitcher in baseball, and he translated a lot of the concepts from being successful as a pitcher to sales. And he told me, Chris, I never get caught up on one pitch, I move on to the next one. And it's the same with cold calling. Never get caught up on one cold call, move on to the next one, and bounce back quickly. If any of you guys out there are trying to break into tech sales for the first time, I've got a complete blueprint, which is 12 hours of self-paced content, hundreds of pages of workbooks, and even office hours with me and direct coaching with me and access to my network. And it's called Tech Sales Accelerator, and I've linked that in the description of this video. So if you guys want support, you can even book time with me at my Calendly link, linked in the description of this video, and I can align with your tech sales goals and share my program and how it might be a fit to empower those goals. And if you're already in tech sales as an SDR or AE trying to take it to the next level, feel welcome to book time with me as well. I do one-on-one tailored coaching based on your unique goals, helping people maximize their career trajectory and think more strategically to increase their long-term earning potential. Thanks for showing up and prospecting with me today. To your success in tech sales and in life, happy selling and happy living. And we'll see you in the next one.